Hey everyone, and welcome to the Forever Young podcast, where we meet with anti-aging, longevity, and regen industry experts to unlock the secrets of staying forever young. This podcast is sponsored by Harper Media. If you're interested in our solutions to grow and scale your business and stand out strong against your competitors, then comment growth in the comments section or visit our website at theharpermedia.com. Now, let's start the show. I'm here today with Irena Azarov, the founder and CEO of bYou Laser Clinic, a leader in laser and cosmetic services since 2020. We'll explore how her expertise in aesthetics and franchising empowers clients with cutting-edge treatments like PRP and injections for radiant anti-aging results. Irena, welcome to the show.
Hayden, thanks so much for having me.
Thanks for being here. So let's dive into things. What did you used to do before you started your amazing business, and how did you get interested in the med spa industry?
Yeah, before launching bYou, I worked in the business, in operations, within the retail structure, in the management across several different industries. My last position was Pandora, within the Pandora jewelry. I overseen the North American business. What sparked my passion is seeing firsthand how aesthetics can really change people's confidence, not just their appearance. So I wanted to build something that really will empower people to look and feel their best. And as well, I have a passion for some of the treatments.
Awesome. I didn't know you came from the background in retail industry because I used to do that too when I was in college. Where did I work? I worked at Guess, the flagship on Fifth Avenue in Manhattan. It was so much fun, that whole industry. Like, I honestly miss those days, but I'm so glad that I got the experience.
Yeah, I miss the retail days too. I think the retail days is very unpredictable. Usually you go by what the results are. So yeah, it was a lot of fun days. I've learned a lot that I've actually implemented a lot of corporate ways that was implemented into my brand bYou.
And that's great. It's cool that you can bring things that you learned from your previous jobs to your practice right now. And speaking of your practice, when did you launch bYou Laser Clinic, and how did you grow it into the success that it is today?
Yeah, bYou was launched in July of 2020. Again, it was against all odds. Everybody was saying, do not open it yet. We're in the mid of COVID. It's a very unpredictable time to open a brand new location or a brand new, brand. And we've done it. We're very successful right away from day one. Our flagship location is in downtown Brooklyn, not far away from Barclays Center. And it's what it captured a lot of different types of audience. The demographic is really broad in my flagship location. Is doing well.
That's great. I actually went to grad school over where your flagship location is at LIE. So next time I come to visit, I'll definitely
You gotta come down and see it. Yeah.
So it's really impressive that you opened and started a whole business, especially a medical laser spa during COVID, with a business model where, you have to come in to get the services when we're all in lockdown. What did that look like for you opening a business in the middle of COVID? And how did you navigate through all those COVID regulations at the time too?
I maintained true to my focusing on the three things that I really wanted to focus on: offering exceptional results, building strong brand identity, and creating a really scalable system through franchising. Those three things. By doing that, it didn't matter to me what was happening or what was the noise around at that time. Was it COVID? Was it not? Of course, we've implemented all the COVID protocols. We followed it. My team did. It was challenging to wear a face mask all the time or to continue having reinforce some of the processes to our customers that don't even believe at that time in COVID. But we've maintained true to the three things that I wanted to focus. I was always talked about the results. Guarantee, make sure that we're always results driven. Make sure we really emphasize on what bYou is about. The slogan of bYou is "Be you and own it." Be yourself and own that beauty. Feel confident. Feel empowered. It doesn't matter who you are. Female or male, trans. It doesn't matter what type of a group or who you are, as long as you leave bYou knowing that you're comfortable in your skin and confident in your skin. And we've captured that.
Awesome. I really love that messaging. Be you, own who you are, be confident in it, love yourself, respect yourself. It's amazing to hear from an aesthetics clinic. So I really love that messaging. And when you were building your brand and growing and scaling, what challenges did you face along the way, not just with COVID, but with just being a new business owner in general and growing and scaling your business?
I think the biggest challenges we were facing is staffing, training, and maintaining consistent service quality as we scaled, right? Growth sounds exciting, but operation consistency is where the real challenge is. You want to really stay true to your operation side of the business and maintaining it. I always mention to my team, it does not matter what situation or challenge or any customer issues that we face, we stay true to our processes, protocols, and our goals.
Excellent. And are there any challenges that you're facing right now that you're working on overcoming?
It's really scary. I'm continuing to grow the BU franchising side of the business. So scaling the franchise network while perceiving the heart of the brand, right? You want to make sure you really protect what BU is about. So finding the right partners that will believe in the brand, that will understand the operation side and really believe. It's all about trust. We've already earned the trust from the customers. How do we continue to maintain and protect the trust of our customers and at the same time grow in every state and with every part?
So you've expanded to multiple locations. You started in Brooklyn. Can you tell us about your other locations and where they are?
Yeah, I've started in Brooklyn. It was very successful. I think 9 months later, we've launched it in Manhattan, Upper East Side location. And then we went our first launch of franchise location with a franchise partner in Long Island. We have right now currently two locations in Brooklyn, one location in Long Island, one location in the city, Manhattan. And a month ago, we opened up a Tennessee location. Knoxville, Tennessee. We're next month opening in Jersey, Springfield, New Jersey. And then in a few months, we're launching in Orlando and Virginia. So definitely a bit busy, but currently locations are doing pretty well. Again, I'm going to go back to the foundation of the business, the protocols and the goals. We continue to ensure that the team is trained and understands, and there's a clear understanding of the messaging of the brand. I keep going back to that because I think that's so important.
Definitely. And with your franchise model, what does your franchise model look like? Because, I started a business, but I haven't ever started a franchise. What does that whole process entail? And what do you look for in terms of franchise owners, people that you want to sign on to the franchise?
Yeah, our franchise model entails it's a turnkey clinic. We provide branding, systems, training, marketing, ongoing support. So operations mainly, everything from A to Z. We provide franchisees plug into the proven system that is designed for profitability. I would say the three things I'm looking for in the franchise partners is someone who believes and trusts the brand. I think that's important because if they believe and trust, they'll go into launching the location positively. Someone who's a really good leader, I always say, you have to be a great leader and delegate, learn to delegate. Because the girls at the front, the esthetician, the nurse injectors, they are the ones that are working day to day. So you really have to make sure you take care of your employees so well. They're the second type of customers we have. I treat them as customers because they're the voice and the face of BU. So if the franchise partners do a great job by showing that they're trusting them, providing the proper training from our system, then we have the right partners. Lastly, I would say I'm looking for someone who is great in operations, understands how to implement the BU processes and protocols into their clinics. That equals to success.
And for someone that's interested in starting and opening their own med spa, what are the benefits of them joining a franchise like yours instead of starting all on their own?
It's a proven model. It's a really a proven model. Also, the perception out there that um, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I don't want to open BU. You have to be a doctor or nurse? Absolutely not. You don't. You really don't. In certain states, I have only one doctor right now that's an operator, franchise partner. That's in Jersey because Jersey has strict rules. But most of the time is understanding the concept and the brand values, like I've mentioned. And then the right partner has to really, again, I'm going to go back to trusting the brand because it's like a marriage, right? It's a marriage between the franchisor and franchisee, and as well trusting their employees. You will not be successful if you don't understand a $25 billion industry because it's aesthetics is a 20. You won't be successful if you don't have a passion for running, managing, or being your own CEO. Another thing I would say is 100% ownership. I always say the franchisees are 100% owners at their own clinic. What we do is we guide them through the whole through the whole process of them signing the franchise agreement with us. We guide them by finding a location with them, by hiring the right team, by training, by teaching them all the ins and outs about, in this industry. And then afterwards, they really run with it. They take those skills and they implement it into day to day and run to make it more profitable and successful.
That's great. It's awesome that you're doing that for people and helping them open their own med spas, because I've talked to a few different med spa owners in the industry on this podcast. And, there's just so many challenges with opening a med spa, even with getting the devices you need to open a med spa, like the lasers. I didn't realize how expensive they were. Apparently, just to get the devices for some locations you want to open can be like $1 million that you have to get just to get the devices. So just having a coach to help you navigate that and open up a business sounds.
Absolutely. And the benefit actually with franchising as well, you get the best pricing because we have a account set up with these vendors because we are the franchisors. What is it benefit for a franchisee to join the franchise model versus buying on their own? So the pricing are much more discounted and lucrative.
Excellent. So let's talk about the services you offer as well at B. What are the services and treatments that you offer?
We offer, the one thing that really stands out about BU actually is the fact that we're a one-stop shop for all. What I would say is we offer 43 different types of treatments, a whole range from laser hair to skin rejuvenation to body contouring to cosmetic injections, acne treatments, and more. We're always evolving with the latest, most effective technologies and what's out there. As a CEO, I always use this is my favorite phrase to use with my team. How do we stay current and on trend? So again, we're offering over 43 different types of treatments. What else can we offer that will enhance, entice the current treatments that we have? And what can we offer that we will continue to stay on trend with the rest of the competition out there?
What are some of your most favorite treatments that you offer at the clinic?
My personal favorite treatments is anything to do with skin rejuvenation, body contouring. Again, I'm a woman in my 40s, so I'm trying to take care of myself and maintain so yeah, skin rejuvenation, anything to do with body contouring. The popular treatments I would say is cosmetic injection, laser hair. We think laser hair is oversaturated. It's out there. Everybody knows about it. But you'd be surprised how popular it is amongst men and females and males.
And that's something else I want to talk to you about too. I know that in the cosmetics industry, it's taken longer for men to get into things like aesthetics, laser injectables, and things like that. But it seems like more are getting on the bandwagon now. What kind of treatments do you see men getting within your clinic?
Yeah, quickly, just to go back, when I've launched BU, my first location, it was 80% females targeting and 20% men. And 20%, I wasn't even sure how accurate that was. Right now, fast forward 5 years later, it's 45% men. So it does show you that men are very interested in taking care of themselves, maintaining that beauty. Again, it's laser hair removal that's very popular, body contouring, Botox, and skin rejuvenation are the top picks for men. In regards to Botox, I would say it's new to them. They're a little afraid, but once they understand how it works and the benefits to it, they'll try it. The entry treatment that they'll come in to just get to BU will be the laser hair. And once they're doing the laser hair, once they trusting you, they're laying on the bed and really trusting you, and they're already midway into the package, that's when the questions arise. Hey, because now they trust the medical esthetician, they love the experience at BU. Hey, what do you think? What else do I need? And the esthetician then will start customizing a treatment and getting them more knowledgeable on other treatment and offerings that we have.
And it's interesting that you shared their journey into getting more treatments, how it started with laser, because that's exactly how it started with me. It was a med.
Well,
I went in for lasers, and then one day I started talking to the owner more, and she told me that they had all these other different services. But that day I walked away with my first injectable and treatments, and I really love the service that I got. And since then, been doing the upkeep and everything. And I know for me personally, it took me a while to start injectables because I just didn't know about it. I think with Botox specifically, there's those Hollywood stereotypes of people that get too much Botox and their whole face freezes. And I'm like, oh no, I don't want that to happen to me. But that wasn't my experience with Botox at all. Have you found that, that kind of stigma or stereotype still exists with Botox? And how do you work with patients to really educate them? what it's really like.
Yeah, so I would say fast forward again 5 years later, this type of industry, aesthetics industry, usually dictates based on what the Kardashians are doing, what's out there, what's trending so well. And in today's day, Hayden, it's a natural look. So how do we less is more? They're saying. So a lot of my clients, where they'll come in and they'll say, "I don't want so much fillers. I don't want Botox. I don't want people to know I have Botox." If you asked me the same question 5 years ago, I would have said, "Oh my God, we have to really provide more knowledge and helping them understand. Let's start with one filler. Let's not go three at a time. Then you'll be upset because it's a fine line between what you can do and what the results will be, because then what you're doing is you're building a journey of an upset customer. Yes, she wanted three fillers because her girlfriend got three fillers and because it's on promo, but she'll come back 6 months later all upset. What did you do with my face? Again, providing educating the customers on what the benefits are and how their face will look. In a lot of cases, my nurses will say, "You know what? I get it. You want 60 units of Botox, but you only need 20. And I get it, you want three fillers, but you only need one. Why don't we do this? We'll start now with what I suggest because you came to me, you're on my chair, you're talking to a pro, so let me do my job. And then in 2 weeks, you come back, we'll reevaluate your results and see where the touch-ups or what's needed. If you're still unhappy, we'll go ahead. And ultimately, you want to make sure the client understands that we're not just a car dealership where we're there to sell cars. We're not salespeople. We're not going to be just selling you fillers just because of the fact that we need to hit the daily goal. We're there to make sure at the end of the day that the client is happy because ultimately it's about the results.
Definitely, that's great, and I'm sure that builds a lot of trust with your clients too, so that's wonderful. Back to men getting more cosmetic treatments, what do you think was the reason that it just took men a lot longer to find out about these treatments and to start getting them for themselves?
I think it's the investing in themselves. It's really like, and not understanding. Because the minute you hear the word beauty, you think female. So to them, going to do their nails, if you pay attention, when I go do my nails, I notice out of 5 people that are sitting, 2 are men are doing their nails. So understanding that, it's okay to take care of yourself. It's okay to invest in yourself. And then ultimately, at the end of the day, they don't want to show you that they're not confident. So the stigma of, "I'm a macho guy, I don't need laser hair, or I don't need Botox, I still feel good and look good," is changing, And that's where I think now they're opening up more to the beauty industry and understanding that same goes with, I think, wellness, the whole wellness industry, juicing, going to the gym. You'll see that it's less, men are going less for muscle toning, more for yogas, more for, Pilates and so on, because they really starting to learn and understand that this works for them too. There's benefits to this.
I agree with you. I think there has been a bigger transition into more gender fluidity between both opposite sexes too, especially with this younger generation, Gen Z. I really attribute more gender fluidity to them. I think with the millennials made it normal to be gay, to be okay, and to be fine and regular with that. With Gen Z, they're a lot more open with just gender in general. They know a lot more about gender because I didn't even know what gender really was until I went to college and studied it and found out about it. But I used to be a teacher before I became a developer and did this show. And I taught for 7 years. And the kids that I taught, they just knew so much about gender. They had trans friends and they were so much more open with just their own gender expressions. And it's so cool to see this new generation come up and do that and to break down all these gender stereotypes and boxes and stuff. Just express themselves more freely. It's been awesome.
Yeah. And it feels good as a brand to even be recognized on Google as LGBTQ friendly, or being part of someone's life experience that you really see a difference. Like, you see people come in, wanting to go through a whole transformation, not knowing where to start. And when they start the journey at BU, we have one particular client came in for laser hair and skin treatments. He was, going through the whole transformation, and finally said to us, I think on the 7th or 8th session, "I'm feeling confident. I'm happy. I can go back to dating. I'm finally feeling like I belong to me. I am myself." And to hear these words is where I, at least as a CEO, look at this and say, okay, I've done the right job with the brand messaging. Be you and own it. Be yourself. We're not here to change your beauty. We're here to enhance your beauty.
That's amazing that you've been able to help so many people, and especially with helping people in their transition process. Can you tell us more about the services you have for patients that are in their transitioning process and how you help them, and if you accept insurance for any of these procedures as well?
Yeah, we're actually the only clinic in New York who works with numerous different insurances like Emblem Health. And these clients would come in. Most of these clients are coming in either from Reddit or Google reviews on BU. So they've heard about us and they gravitate towards us, right? They understand the brand is very open and proud to serve that community. And they'll come in, they'll go through the whole journey of a consultation. My medical aestheticians will provide a customized treatment package for them. And then the journey starts. I would say it's a year of journey. We do start usually with laser hair. We move to other skin treatments. We also have a doctor, a surgeon that we work with, we partner with, that if they need any extra, because we at BU only cater to non-invasive surgery, if there's anything surgical, they'll also utilize that doctor that we recommend. So again, the journey is like a year journey. You'd be surprised that they keep coming back to us for touch-ups, for other treatments, and they're happy because the insurance covers the treatments. So it's a win-win situation from both ends.
That's amazing. And do you have any plans coming up for Pride Month?
Our marketing team is working on something. We've always partnered up with Brooklyn Pride or the City Pride. We've done a lot of work with them. If you look at our social media and so on, we've done a lot of partnership with them as well. So yeah, we'll have something planned.
Awesome. Looking forward to hearing more about it. And our last question, for anyone that is thinking about starting their own med spa, what advice would you give to them?
Starting your own med spa, I think understanding the industry, understanding what is it that you're looking for and what is the end goal. I think it's important first to understand as an individual what you're looking for, doing some research on the aesthetics industry. We're here to really listen, educate, guide, and partner, right? You don't have to commit to anything, but just understanding what the brand model is about and if it suits you. Like I've said, it's like a marriage. Does this marriage work for you? Does this model work for you? I always also say, become a secret shopper. Yeah, go visit the competition, see what's out there, and then come back and ask the right questions during the discovery phase. The one thing that the franchise owners will tell you, the transparency is big for me. They're our partners, so I'm very transparent and open with them. My team as well is. Well, they'll come, they'll meet us in head office, they'll look at our clinics. I always tell them, I direct them to go visit go visit my competition, go see what other brands are doing and come back to us and really understand. Ultimate goal is to be able to say, you know what, I'm 100% wanting to do this. This is the right move for me. This is the right decision because the longevity of my goal is to grow with the brand. And growing with the brand mean a lot of things. It can be from a flagship location to multi-unit franchise locations. That's what we're actually doing now. We're closing a lot of deals as multi. So if it's Virginia, it will be not one deal. It will be like 5 to 10 locations. And a really ultimate, I think, goal is to feel that energy, I would say, and to feel that understanding what BU is about, understanding the model, and then if I fit into that model.
Awesome. Irena, thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for sharing everything about your business and for the work that you've been doing with the LGBTQ community. It's been amazing to hear more about it and to have you on the show. So thanks for
Yeah. Hey, then, lastly, I just want to say it's about BU and owning, being the word passion. I forgot to mention that's a very important word. Being passionate. The people I hire have to be passionate. The customers that come in um, and really see the results, they're very passionate. And as well, the franchise partners, they have to be passionate about what they're doing. I think if you don't enjoy what you're doing, like if you don't enjoy doing podcasts, like you interviewing, you're not going to be successful. You have to be really, really passionate about what you're doing. And me, even as a CEO, working with people, guiding my team to that big dream where BU is going to be is, if you have that passion, they'll feel it.
I agree with you. I think a big key to success is enjoying what you're doing and just be able to have fun with it. When people see that you enjoy what you do, they gravitate towards that positivity. So I think it helps your business and your life overall in the long run.
Thank you so much for having me, Hayden. I really appreciate it.
Of course, thanks for being here. That's all for today's episode of Forever Young, Region Leaders Share Anti-Aging Secrets. Thanks for joining us to uncover the keys to lasting vitality. If you're interested in checking out bYou Clinic, then visit bYouLaserClinic.com. That's bYou laserclinic.com. And don't miss out on our next episode. Subscribe now on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube, and visit theharpermedia.com to explore how we can help your business grow. Stay vibrant, and we'll catch you next time.